it's Vicky here. Today, I'm going to speak to you about people not understanding how you're feeling or what's going on in your body. Whether you have multiple sclerosis or not, I feel that there comes a point in time where people are going to judge you and they're not going to understand how you're perceiving things, how you're thinking of things, or of depending on what the scenario is, like even driving, like they don't know why you're not driving well. Well, if you're not driving well, probably don't drive, right? But bad example. So at the grocery store, you walk up and down the aisles, right, for example, and people are like, this is crazy, or why does she keep walking through this aisle, like, like maybe I forgot what I came to this aisle for the first time, so I had to go back to remember what I was going to that aisle for. But whatever the case may be, I have felt very down about people not understanding me in the past and not understanding why my mood swings are happening, or why I can't control my anger, or why I don't feel like going anywhere, or why I want to go somewhere, and just get out of the house, whatever you would like to do, or why you want to do it, or why your baby is getting on your nerves. For me, these are just examples that I've gone through in the past. But it doesn't matter how hard or easy someone thinks your life is. Only you know how hard or easy whatever that task is that you're doing is to you. So when I started realizing that I don't even know what's going on in my body, I don't even know how to understand what's going on in my body. So at one point I felt like I had to take a step back, because I needed to understand that it's okay not to be able to understand, because you can't understand everything, period, in life in general. Now, yes, I am talking about multiple sclerosis and the symptoms and the stress that we go through, or that anyone goes through. It's not just people that have MS, people that have even cancer. That's crazy. You don't know what's going on. Like, you most of the time you become more grateful about life in general. Just but that comes in the future, not like right away. Right away you're like scared, and then they tell you with MS specifically, they tell you, okay, yeah, there's no cure, you're not gonna die right away, but in the future your organs might not function very well because of all the medication that you're taking, or because the lesions are just going to attack your brain, and then you know who knows, I don't know. Some doctors say that dementia and Alzheimer's is not, they don't connect with multiple sclerosis, but I for a long time thought it did, and I feel it still does. It's still affecting the brain. They both affect the brain in some way, and they don't allow you to think properly. So for me, what made life a lot easier and smoother for me, which I wish someone would have told me before, because it took me a long time to realize this. Like, and I know there's people out there that are like, yeah, I don't care what people think and this and that. That was me, but honestly, it does hurt. It does hurt what people think about you sometimes. If you wait long enough and think about it long enough, then it's gonna affect you in some way. But what I started doing is I started really not caring about what people thought, and just kind of sat back and wrote down the things that I thought were a big impact on my life. Like me not being able to control my anger, that was a big deal. So I couldn't communicate with my loved ones. I couldn't communicate well. I was yelling. I was always, even though I yell here and there now, still I'm not perfect, but this was all the time. Like, and then I'd get frustrated because they asked me a question. They didn't mean it in a wrong way, but I took it in a wrong way. And so for me, I used to always say, you just don't understand. You don't understand. Why don't you understand? But then I had to, say to myself, do I even understand? I don't. I didn't understand either. So I started reading more, and I started giving them the articles. Like my son, I mean, he's already 13, but even when he was 9 and 10, he could already read, I mean, kids can read, they're smart. But my husband and my son both giving them articles of like what's going on in my myelin, what's going on. I don't understand it either. I'm not a doctor or scientist, but I'm human, and I need you. I'm talking to my loved ones. I needed them to understand. Now they do. Now they do. It's great. Like I said, once I got a grip of myself, once I started understanding that I don't even understand, it's okay not to understand everything. It's okay not to understand why you wake up and your foot is sleeping, like it's asleep. It feels like it's asleep. You can't hardly move it. You were fine the day before. Like, it's just crazy. Or you wake up and you wake up with the headache and you're like, oh my God, this is not normal, and so you don't want to go anywhere, or your stomach hurts, or whatever. Everyone's different, I understand, but whatever the case is with you, the best advice that I can give, if anyone wants to take it, is get a grip of yourself first. Make sure you understand yourself first, because to me, that, I guess in hindsight, I realized that that was my biggest problem, that I didn't understand myself, so I didn't know how to explain anything to anyone. So I would just get frustrated and it would just blow everything out of proportion. And so I understand it's hard to be like, oh my God, nobody understands. I don't even understand myself. But just take a breather. A little meditation goes a long way. A little reading, a little coloring, adult coloring. Like, I know I keep going back to the same stuff, but that really helps a lot with problems, with anger issues, with just being able to take some time to yourself and try to understand, what am I doing wrong? Like, what am I doing? What I was doing wrong was that I was just yelling and outbursting, and everyone's like, oh, whatever, we don't want to talk to you, we don't want to hear it, because you know what I'm saying, like, they just shut me down and out. And so I honestly, the only reason I want to talk about this, because right now in this time, I just feel that a lot of people feel that no one understands them, and it's not that they, and it is my bad. It is that they do not understand. But if you don't understand yourself, then how do you expect them to understand? And that goes with even people. I've heard of a lot of people that people, when they're older in age, they come down with issues and illnesses, and their significant other, they leave them, and it's super sad. But it's because they don't get it, they don't understand, and they probably don't want to go through the mess. Is it selfish or not? I don't know, but I just want you to know, as an MS or anyone listening to this, it's okay not to understand. It's okay. It's okay, because, I mean, you can't force anyone to understand something that you don't understand. So little by little, have them go to meetings with you, or even online right now. It's a little easier because they don't have anything to do. There's no excuse. Watch this conference with me. Watch this video with me. Watch this person, explain what's going on with me. Whatever you do, whatever you want to do, but read about it, get more involved into what you don't understand about yourself, whether it be MS related or not, because that will make a world of a difference in your life, in everything you do. Like, my life is so much less complicated now that I'm like, you know what? You don't understand me? That's okay. You know what? I'm gonna do me, and you know what? The people that do love you and help you, they are gonna stay there. They're gonna help you. Some may leave, and that's okay. You'll find someone else that is gonna really be with you in this journey of life. But that's the only thing I wanted to say. And try not to get too frustrated with yourself and with others around you, especially because we all kind of have to be in the same home. But I wish you guys the best. Thanks for listening. And I'm gonna post a book here that helped me with my son whenever I was going through, not understanding him not understanding me, and it goes both ways. So God bless, and I wish you all the best.